Hello everyone and welcome to a new prompt. So, can you guess what it is? What's in front of me? What's in front of me? Quality Street tins. And what have I got in Quality Street tins? I have, when I get it open, hang on. I have buttons. So, our new prompt for today is Granny's buttons. So I think we've told you our stories about Granny and her button tins. They were always Quality Street tins. I love this one. This one's awesome. And so I've carried on with the tradition of my Granny's Quality Street button tin. So it doesn't have to literally be Granny's buttons. And in fact, none of these buttons were my Granny's buttons. I wish I had my Granny's buttons. I think, you know, when we were young and Granny had her buttons and her craft supplies and did stuff, we didn't appreciate it when we were young. We didn't get it. We weren't into it. We were kids, young kids. And I really wish we had Granny's tin. And so I wish I could put something sentimental, like some buttons from Granny, onto my projects, but I don't have it. So you can do buttons from anywhere you want. If you are lucky enough to have your Granny's buttons, then go for it. Add some. So these like little candies. I love them. These are on my neutral ones. You can tell I like neutral ones. I've got such a big, oh, that's a good one. I might use that one. You can tell I like neutral ones because I've got such a big tin of them, and I love old ones. Bits and pieces I've got from this. Look how cute they are. They're tiny. So cute. Anyway, what I'm going to do with my project, I'll stop playing with Granny's buttons and I'll show you what my idea is for this week. I don't know how much stitching I'll get done tonight. What's the time? 8:15. I've got to leave for hockey in 10 minutes. So I've got a super late game. It's not till 9:30 p.m. and that means I finish at 10:30 p.m. which means I get home at 11 p.m, which means my video won't be long tonight because I can't fit it in. Should have done it yesterday. That was the original plan. Anyway, so I've already gone through a lot of my buttons. There's another one that's an option. And pulled out a few that I think I might like to work with. And I'm going to show you my idea. So I'm thinking as I'm looking. I'm getting distracted by my buttons. Looking for one of those. Love these. Look at that one. Don't know where that came from, but I like that. Is it Chinese? I can't quite tell. Oh, it might be Chinese. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm so sidetracked. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm thinking for my buttons. Put one of them aside. And I may not stitch too much down tonight. What I might just do is just talk through my idea. I have pinned a few things on Pinterest. A lot of slow stitching has buttons. You could add 1, you could add 100, whatever you want. But what I want to do is I want to do a little button garden. So a little array of flowers down here will be a little garden. And I was thinking of incorporating some old Suffolk puffs and then some buttons. So I've got some gold, red, white and blue buttons. Okay, so I pulled some Suffolk puffs of the same kind of colours and I want to, let me think, I don't want it to be too even, as in I don't want to do this. What was I thinking? Like I don't want it to be perfectly even like that, so that there's 3 big ones and 2 small. I want to be a bit more random than that. So it could start like that and then have a small and a big there. And I think I might move it over a bit. That's got blue, so I want to mix them up a bit. And I need to have enough space between them because I would like to add stems. I've just done what I said I didn't want to do. That's a bit too perfect. That's okay. Okay, so some Suffolk puffs, 5, uneven number. And then what I was thinking of doing with my buttons is adding some centers. So this was a gorgeous one, glass one from Pam. And I was thinking that would go beautifully there. Lovely red one. Can't remember who gave that to me. I think it was Laurie. I love these kind of palette. This one I thought was cool. It's kind of flower. Might not use that one. No, I don't think I'll use that one. So let's put these 2 on and then decide what I'll do with the rest. I think I like that one on there. And that's quite a big one. That would look pretty on there. And then let me play around with what I've got left. Leaning towards that, or I might go one of them. One of my favorite kinds that I like. Okay, so then the plan is that I'm not going to have green leaves. I'm going to get bits of trims and laces and things like that. Actually, I see another button I might use. Excuse me, just moving some things around. This was my box of goodies that I've been using. I've just seen one that I'd like. Okay, I might keep, actually, oh, perfect. That will be good to show you what I'm thinking. Ooh, that might use some of that. So my stems are not going to be green. It's not going to be traditional. I'm just, oh, selvages would be good. It's a good little scrap. Selvages could work. Even, I'm just seeing what I've got in here. Ah, that. Okay, I'm going to pull a few bits out and then show you what I'm thinking. Perfect. Okay. So, now, it may turn out a little different from what I show you today, but I'm going to show you the idea of what I'm thinking. I'm literally just grabbing scraps from boxes next to me, things I've put to the side. Okay. So, what I want to do, I found a different button. I'm going to put that button there. That one looks a bit new. It needs to age a little bit before I use it. Okay, so my idea was that I would then get scraps of fabrics or trims that I would use as the stem. So this is a little selvage off an old piece of sheet, and I actually don't want it that thick. Selvages are going to be perfect for what I'm thinking. So just rip it down the side, pull off a few loose threads. And so, for example, this stem might be that piece of selvage. And then I might use a piece of French General, which it becomes, well, this one might take a thick stem. So it could be a thick stem like that. And then, let's see what else I've got. I love this one. I've used this Rach gave me this. So I would use that's a piece of selvage as well. So tuck that under there. Now this is inspired by hen's teeth. I don't know if you know hen's teeth. That's a good little scrap of linen. But this is inspired by some gorgeous flowers she did with Suffolk puffs and scraps. I have made something like this. This one might be a bit thick. I might need to cut that down a bit. Or actually, I quite like this. This could be the stem. Okay, so this is inspired by hen's teeth, who's done some gorgeous flowers out of Suffolk puffs. And I made a slow stitch piece for Rach a while ago where I did kind of this thing. So that would be straight once I stitch it on. You could even use a piece of lace. Maybe I think, oh, what might be nice is some striped fabric. This is vintage mattress ticking that I got from Deb. Okay, just to put a bit more colour in. Yep, that would go well. I'll flatten it out when I stitch it. Okay, so that one might come down a bit lower just so I get some varied heights. And then my idea would be to get some little bits of laces. For example, I love this one. And little bits of laces can become my leaves. So this one might get stitched there. What else have I got near me? I might have to go dig out some, oh my gosh, you could do a leaf with, you know, a few leaves with labels, French labels. I'm going to have to dig out some more laces, like I could do a little bit. This is a bit shiny, this one. I used a bit of this. Did I use it on my butterfly? Yeah, I used a bit of this on my butterfly, but you might put, I could tea dye it if I wanted to change. That's quite long, so maybe that would go on the side there. And then I could have even another French label. Where's another one? Let me find one in my other box. I know I've got some in here. Actually, I'd probably like older ones like that. And this could be my little leaves. I like that. It's quite cute. And, you know, like I've got things like this where I could actually cut leaves off. But I think I need to find, I want to find some more vintage pieces of lace like this. Like for this one, I could do 2 of them. For example, I'll get another one. So we might have one because it's quite a long stem. So 2 with a gap in the middle. I like that. I'm actually liking this. It's kind of coming together. I'm going to have to find some more bits to go in here. So that is my plan. And then what I was thinking, I might do just some wispy bits that come out of the buttons. So like a little bit, almost like turkey work to make it interesting. I was thinking I could do some stitching down the stem. So I might just do some straight red stitches or French knots to add some colour. So this is a short video because I'm probably not going to stitch tonight because I'm not going to have time. But this is going to be my little French vintage scrappy granny's button flower garden. Okay, so I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Some other things I was thinking of doing is you could do a heap of buttons in a cluster. Let me get some and just show you. In the shape of a heart or whatever shape you want. You could do a long line of buttons. I've already done that on one of my pieces where I did a long line of buttons, so I'm not going to do that. But just let me show you quickly. So you might get some buttons. So I'll just see if okay, so let's say I'm here. I'll just do a little one. So you might stitch them all down. It could be your V in the middle. I might even add one of these because it could be really cute. I'd try and go for my little ones here because I'm just doing a little heart. So I'm going for the shape of a heart. Lucky I've got a lot of little ones. You can change the colours. Obviously it doesn't have to be all kind of neutrally colours like I'm using. I'm just trying to give you an example. Give you some other ideas. I'd play around with that shape. That shape's not great yet, but I'd get it going a bit better than that. I've got a little one. Doesn't look much like a heart yet, but it will get there, etc. So it's not much of a heart yet, but I'd build that up further. You need to come a bit wider out here and loop it around a bit more. So etc. You could even have an outline, so you might couch down some twine around the outside so you can see that shape a little bit more distinctly. So I might couch down a heart shape and then fill it in with buttons, or even just draw it on lightly with a friction pen, something like that, etc. Okay, So just showing you a few ideas. You can just fill in gaps with little clusters of buttons. I could do a line of buttons down the side of something, etc. So I'm going to go with my cute little, my scrappy flowers with button centers. I'll get this fully planned out, and I will spend some time just stitching them down and showing you next week. So I'm sorry it's a super short video, but the most important thing is that today you have the prompt. It was either that or my video wasn't going to make it today, because what's the time? Okay, I need to go to hockey. So I'm going to say bye for now, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.